everybody, and welcome back to some Naruto Ultimate Ninja. And today, guys, we're doing a video because someone asked me this. And I want to be eloquently... What's the word I'm looking for? I want to explain this correctly. Okay? So somebody asked me to do a review or to do, a comparison between Orochimaru Akatsuki, Paths Madara, and Anbu Itachi, and which one is better. Now, before I answer this, the reason I'm saying this is the reason I don't like doing this is because each of them have something that's good. Comparing them three, especially when you're doing a three-way comparison, is hard because each one does something regardless of who it is. I can't say which one's better because they all do something great, but it's only if your team can flex towards that person. It's almost like when people ask me, oh, which one is better, which one for my team? I can't tell you what to put on your team because it's your team. I don't know what your team is like. I'm not looking at your team. I don't know what you suffer against. I don't know who's beating you. I don't know who you're going against that you can't beat. Like, I can't determine your team because it's your team. I can't make your team for you. So before I say this, I want to be accurate and not say this. I'm not 100% going to tell you which one is better. I can just tell you what they do better than somebody else in certain comparisons from what I've seen, but I can't tell you which one is better 100%. I can tell you which one I think would be better from them, but I can't tell you if that will be the best for your team because I don't know your team. I just don't know. So I'll tell you what they do in team battles, what they do one-on-one, and whether they flex good with other players, but I can't really tell you which one is better. Like, chances are it's not going to be possible. So, with that being said, let's go over them. So the first one we're going over is Orochimaru Akatsuki. Now, Orochimaru Akatsuki, this isn't going to be reading his entire thing, because I'll be here all day, literally just reading all their abilities and going over it. So it'll be a 45-minute video, and I don't want it to be that long. Really don't. This is just if you have a general understanding of the character already and tell you what they do in battle. Now, Orochimaru Akatsuki in group battles is great. I mean, he's always been a monster. He's always been good at destroying the entire enemy team by himself. Now, the thing that he suffers against is that like Sasuke Curcio, damage reduction in heavy groups is detrimental to him because he still does confusion, which is nice. It's nice to have CC on your thing, but you still have if you don't kill anyone with your ult, you can't really destroy the whole team. You can probably kill one person with your skill, but as far as destroying the whole team, you can't do that. Now, if they don't have any damage reduction or the ways to weaken you, chances of you killing their whole team or several members of the team is pretty high. So, I mean, and if someone has damage reduction, though, it seems like damage reduction shuts down a lot of characters. Almost every character I've known in the game so far, the way you shut down usually damage reduction would be CC, lots of CC, and hard CC, but for now, it's just more of, that's the only thing that really shuts him down. His one-on-one potential is amazing. He plays well with others because, he has the ability to revive them. But for the most part, most people use him generally for his one-shot capabilities. It's not like his entire kit is bad because his skill is also one of the best things in the game. The ability to absorb 25% defense and damage reduction from the character is kind of like what Tsunade does, Bikini Tsunade does for her ultimate. Kind of drains you and just kind of leaves you with nothing. So the ability to hit you with this ability over and over is pretty brutal. Allowing your team to kind of smack that person, but it's in the back. So like if you're in a team battle your team's not going to be able to utilize that so well. So there is that. One-on-one, like I said, he generally does well. If he ults first, he usually kind of just smacks you around with his abilities, his skill a lot, and it basically one-shots you, like here and there. Sometimes it takes 2 hits from it, sometimes it takes 3, but for the most part, it usually one-shots you. So, you know. Now, 6 Paths Madara, a lot of people use him. Now, when I use him, it doesn't seem like he does great. Maybe I don't have the right ninja tools. Maybe I should get the ones to increase sacred jutsu damage. I don't know. I don't know what they have on theirs. Personally, I'm not finding him to be so great on my team, so I might switch him out. Personally, I feel like he's not doing well, but everybody else's just do well. He's great. He ults everybody. He doesn't ult first round, but his ability to 100% revive is pretty amazing. Now, his thing is that usually if your team does get one shot, he comes back and he ults, giving him a great thing to a great ult to do damage to everybody, but not really one shot everybody. Now, I can't tell you how I can't tell you the way it is when it gets better, because of the fact that I don't have secret jutsu. I would have to get 3 kill items that would increase the secret jutsu damage to like 60%. But personally, I'm not getting much benefit from him, I feel like. I'm not sure why it is, but I mean, the people that he's running with in my team make him better, because he's with Madara, he's with damage reduction team, he's with, Konan and fucking Itachi Susanoo that are fucking powerful. Minato, Jiraiya weakens them, and then you get that extra damage and, massively murder with Heide Madara. So, it's not really much to say about him. I mean, he does great in team battles because he's going to get his ultimate, so you guarantee at least to get his ultimate off during a battle, which is great. His skill is pretty amazing too. It has a pretty good chance to dizzy. I don't see it weaken a lot, but it does do dizzy very, very well. The dizzy is pretty good, and he himself has the ability to survive a lot of damage, through, his passive and, things that you can do with this kit. Now, one-on-one battles, his one-on-one battles are pretty high too. He does great. In terms of one-on-ones, he comes back alive, he can ult you, the true damage, basically true damage, or the HP that you're going to lose is going to be on the one character that actually that you have, so it's going to do a lot of damage. He has a chance to silent you. He does things very well, so he never really suffers too hard from things. So he's pretty much really good. The only thing that I feel is that he doesn't play well with other characters too well. He himself is good, and he has the ability to get more depending on who he's teamed up with, but he himself doesn't intricately play friendly with other people, really. This right here is good, and giving your team certain things are nice, but I feel like his kit would play heavily better if he had something towards characters that were based with him, kind of like the way Anbu Itachi plays well with Shinsui. So I mean, it's not bad, to giving your teammates some of your protections and stuff like that is good, but I just feel like he could play better with, not saying that he does play better with the character, but most of his things come from, having the correct seals, like right here, 2 friendly attack ninjas, but he still has, increased zone attack by this, and upon deployment, it grants every friendly ninja with 5% attack and defense, which that is playing friendly with him, and granting a user with 30% damage resist and 20% damage rate. The other friendly ninjas gain 60% of the effect, which that is good. But a lot of the stuff, after that, it's kind of like you heal them here and there, but it's more of a supporty way than it is playing with them. So, yeah, it's your choice. But most of the things that people use him for is his ability to definitely revive and definitely ult your whole team, and does pretty crazy damage. But I'll let you know more though when I use him. Like I said, for me personally, I'm not getting much benefit, so talking about him myself would probably not be the great thing, which is why I don't do a tier list either, because I don't think a tier list is great for a game. I think everyone has a certain use, especially since now we've reached numbers that are astronomically high. So there's a few exceptions, one or two there, but like for the most part, there's always going to be people at the bottom tier list. But I don't have everyone and use everybody and see everybody to know what a tier list would even look like, to know where I would put people. So I don't. That's why I don't do that. So the last person we're talking about is Anbu Itachi. Now Anbu Itachi is pretty amazing. I mean, everyone used him for his one-shot capabilities, but he does also get shut down by damage reduction. As I said, my damage reduction team does survive against him, and then he plays well around the weakness status. So a lot of people, in the game, like, anybody else, have high stats, like astronomically high. So when you get weakness on it, it kind of takes everything basically away from you. The only ones that really live certain attacks in weakness status would be like, I've seen Itachi, Susana do it a lot, and Conan, but they're meant to be tanky and they get tankier. So Conan shuts him down pretty hard, considering that she can cleanse the front row, because she's guaranteed to get her skill off in the first thing, like in the first turn. So she cleanses the front row. So I'm guessing, since cleansing is a thing, cleansed characters would probably be his weakness. Now, unless you ult them and kill them in one turn, then that's a thing. But if you have damage reduction teams, I'm guessing you probably wouldn't, because everyone just puts Anbu Itachi with a bunch of 15s because of their speed. Then you got 9,000 speed, but Anbu Itachi ults, doesn't kill anybody. Then your 15s all attack, including him. They do nothing, and then your entire team gets beat because you have 15s on your team, and your damage reduction made you live, so you just kill everybody. So that's basically what I'm saying happened. But that doesn't mean he's not great, because he still has the best weakness, the best debuff in the game, which is weakness. Weakness will always be the number one debuff in the game. It's insane. It's 100% of almost everything you own just fucking destroyed. Like, so you don't have anything to protect yourself with. You don't have anything to, really defend against. You don't do any damage. All you have is maybe CC, if you could apply maybe CC, and that's about it. His skill, I've talked about it in a thing. I still don't see it being amazing, but that doesn't mean that from a aspect of reading it, it doesn't seem bad. You still absorb 300 chakra, which is amazing. 25% and 15% damage rate from the enemy. I've never seen it do amazingly, but maybe I'm not paying attention too well. Like, people say he was doing 1 million damage to Conan. I've never seen that much damage ever to Conan. But I don't know. Like, at least my Conan's never taken that much damage. But reading his thing, his skill, it still sounds amazingly. On one-on-one battles, his skill's pretty great. So this is still a great skill. It's just, again, for me, in my aspect, I don't see it doing great. But that's me. His one-on-one battles aren't as great. He ults you first round, which is great, but if you don't have 60% damage, like on your ultimate with ninja tools, then you probably won't kill the person. And if you don't get your weakness status on them, which is a lot of RNG involved, if you don't get that on them, they still might have a chance to kill you. Your skill normally doesn't one-shot people, usually two-shots people, because you're stealing damage rate, and then the next time you hit them with it, they might die. But normally, he doesn't do great on one-on-one battles. He'll, like I said, he doesn't get the RNG on you. He'll hit you with a skill. You probably live that. And then most likely he gave you your ult and you're about to smash unless you're silent or unless you one-shot with your skill. He loses to Sasuke Cursio a lot because Sasuke Cursio, if you don't silent him or weakness him, he's about to straight up destroy you. I've seen him lose a lot to Hinata Summer, but then again, she's amazing. I see him lose a lot to Orochimaru Akatsuki, so out of the one-on-one aspect, he's probably the weakest out of the three. So, you know, there's that. He doesn't play... He plays well with others in the sense that his weakness status makes everyone on their team debuffed. But he doesn't really do much for your team, really, except for give them that huge damage spike on people. He plays well with Shisui because Shisui has a ability that works good with him. So right here it says being deployed along Shisui, it increases your own and Shisui's control rate damage by 20%, damages by 20%, and control resistance by 20%. So he does play well with him, but he himself doesn't play well with others other than that. His playing well with others would be him ulting and applying weakness, and then your people on your team taking advantage of that. That's why I pair him with Orochimaru Akatsuki, because he can weaken them and then Orochimaru Akatsuki can one-shot them. That would be his form of playing nice with others, really. That would be his form of it. So, yeah. Which one is better? Again, I can't really say that because each one does something great. Orochimaru Akatsuki and Madara come back to life. They have that thing where they can revive themselves. Anbu Itachi doesn't. Anbu Itachi still has the strongest debuff in the game, though, able to being one-shot. Same thing for Orochimaru Akatsuki because they both ult first turn. You know, they all have something that's great. Which one is better? I can't really determine that. That would be more of something for you to determine yourself. I just know, personally, I think I wouldn't be the person to tell you which one is better. That's more of a you thing and what you think your team would be. I, myself, would not be a great person to answer that. So I just have a good impression of Anbu Itachi. I have good impressions of Orochimaru Akatsuki, and I have okay impressions of Paths Madara. But like I said, that's not for me to determine. I don't want anyone to get mad and say, "Oh, you said this guy sucks" or "he's not great." They're all three of them are amazing characters. They just do different things for different people at different times. So I love all three of them. That's why I use them. But again, that is more of a you thing to determine for yourself. But yeah, I hope this helped you though. I hope you know, I explained them well. I hope I touched on everything that I wanted to touch on. But that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, I love you guys though. We're gonna be getting a new ninja in a few days, so I guess I'll get that when that comes out. But other than that, I didn't get the 10 Tails to whatever it was, the monkey, because honestly, I'm very disappointed with them. They're awful. So, there you go, guys. I love you though, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.